YouTube, what's good, man? It's your boy, Fit Soldier, coming to you with another freaking video. I know a lot of y'all had questions about joining ROTC and filling out your packet. Trying to fill out your ROTC packet and get contracted. Y'all had questions, so wanted to do a quick video on letting y'all guys know the process on joining ROTC, what you need to do, and what you need to focus on to become contracted in ROTC. Alright, I'm out here by CBS, about to go in there and get some stuff. Yo, these people parked right next to me. I'm literally all the way on the other side of the building so I can do this video for you guys. And tell me why there's like 50 empty parking spaces, but these people want to park right next to me. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, so joining ROTC. All right, first thing you need to do is find a school that you want to go to and see if they offer ROTC. Not every college is going to offer ROTC. All right, so just keep that in mind. The top, major colleges usually will have the program. There's battalions that have a lot of schools under them. Like my battalion is Campbell Battalion. We have about 4 colleges under us. So you have to look at what school you want to go to. First, find the college. So let's just say you want to go to Duke, North Carolina, UNC, Charlotte, Wake Forest, whatever school you pick. Choose your school and then see if they have ROTC. If ROTC is your number one option, okay? So I would say choose the school that has the best ROTC program for you if your focus is to be in the military rather than if your focus is going to a good college, okay? That being, why I say that is because if you have no intentions of actually, making the Army or the military, whichever branch you guys are in, a career, then choose, the college and program that you actually want to study, right? So when you get out, you're going to do your time and probably get out of the military and focus on your degree. Me, the Army is my career. So I chose a subject and a college, whereas it didn't necessarily have to be the top college in the nation, right? It was a pretty good college, HBCU, and I wanted to get the HBCU experience. So that's why I chose the college that I chose and the degree program I chose, which leads me to my number 2, is make sure you choose the right program as well. If you're doing ROTC, don't go ahead, if you're not passionate about, some of these hard subjects, because a lot of people, they would pick these hard ass subjects and they do horrible in it and then get kicked out of ROTC and then start complaining. Because you have to maintain a certain GPA to be in ROTC, all right? And to be competitive, you want to be higher on your GPA as well. So not just because it says if you have a 3.2, you can be, I think it's a 2.8 or 3.2 to be in ROTC. I can't remember. Each school is different. I know for my school, I think 3.2 is the cutoff. I'm not even too sure because I always maintain higher, so I never really checked for GPA standards. But yeah, try to make sure your GPA is over 3.2 to even be kind of competitive. That's still not competitive, but it's better than not being over 3.0. All right, so I chose a program that I was comfortable with, that I knew I would be able to pass and get A's and B's in to maintain a high GPA so I do very well on the OML for ROTC and get the job that I want. You got cadets, they would come in, they want to do biology, they want to do engineer, they want to study neurons and they want to do all these crazy subjects, astrology, all these crazy subjects, right? That's hard, and they're not really passionate about it because they're like, oh, the military is gonna pay for my school. Let me go ahead and do something difficult. But then you do horrible in that program because that's not your passion, and then ROTC is like, all right, bye bye. You're not doing very well in this program, so we got to get rid of you. Like, don't be that person. Pick something good. That's why usually you'll see a lot of people pick criminal justice. Not to say that that's an easy subject, but it's very common for ROTC. You see cadets doing criminal justice, business. What's another popular one? Psychology. Stuff like that. Me, I picked digital arts because I already had a degree in arts. Even though digital arts is still pretty hard, it's coding with graphics, web, all kind of different things to do with computer graphics. But I was comfortable with it because I already have a degree in it. So that's why I chose it. Anyway, number 3, make sure you're physically fit with your packet, because you're going to have to pass a PT test to be able to put that current PT card in your packet to get contracted. Okay? Now, this whole entire video is for progression cadets. I'm not speaking about active duty ADOs going green to gold. This is for the normal civilian or person coming off the street that's trying to join ROTC, or not even that, or just somebody coming from National Guard or reserves like me, and they're trying to get into ROTC. This is for you guys, not for the green to gold and active duty people, because you guys have a whole different system. You guys got to go through a unit and fill out a green to gold packet. That's a whole different subject. I'll probably do a video on that separately. Okay, so again, you're just coming in the street. You make sure your PT is up, because you're going to take a PT test. If you don't pass the PT test, you can't get contracted. So what contracting means is you gotta, okay, so before I even get to what contracting is, you basically have to fill out the packet, which includes getting a DOBMERB, which is a medical examination. You gotta pass your height, weight. You gotta get, tested, or, blood drawn, all these different things to make sure that you're physically in good standing to be able to be in the program, to join the Army, right? You do a PT, they do DOBMERB, your PT test, your GPA, and if you have scholarships, you can apply for scholarships. If you wanna be a scholarship contracted cadet. Me, I did the non-scholarship option, which means I had to pay for school on my own, which I didn't because I was in the Guard, obviously, so I used my tuition assistance. So there's tons of different options that you can choose. Well, I wouldn't say tons, but there's a few different options you can choose from if you want to be a scholarship cadet or a non-scholarship cadet like me, which is easier because if you're scholarship, there's stipulations, like, some of them you can't get lower than a C or a B. If you do, you have to pay that class back. There's different things with the scholarship. So I decided to go non-scholarship. And I did the S&P program, which is the simultaneous membership program, where I drill and I'm a cadet in my unit, shadowing a real life second lieutenant. So that's the option I did. Now, make sure your packet is strong enough. Don't just get the minimum standards. So if you get, your PT score, make sure it's high. Make sure, your GPA is high, because you're not the only one trying to contract. Okay? For my school, in my year group, when I was contracting, this was 2017, I think, when I contracted. So my school only had, or my battalion, I wouldn't say school, my battalion only had 64 slots, right? And let's just say, I don't know how many cadets were there, but there were more than 64 total cadets in the battalion. So if they only have 64 slots for contracts, they're only going to pick the top 64 people to be contracted, right? So if they have 100 people, that means that's going to be 36 people that's not going to get contracted, right? So that's how you got to think. You got to make sure your contract packet is strong enough to be one of those top cadets for whichever slots they're looking for, so that you will be contracted. And if you're not, then they're going to slide you to the next year group, right? So if you're one of those 36 that didn't get selected, you would, be in the next year group, and hopefully you're strong enough for that group. And it will just keep going and going and going. And if you don't make it, you don't make it. But you guys will make it. Just, if you're watching my channel, I try to provide as much information as possible for you guys to be successful. All right. So that's basically a rundown on how to get contracted for ROTC. Some of the stuff you need obviously is going to be in more details once you get to your school. Make sure you visit the ROTC office. They will give you guys more information. So each school runs differently. So make sure you guys visit whatever school you want to go to ROTC office, speak to those guys, and get that information and get contacted, guys. All right. Anyway, video's been long enough. About to go ahead and CVS and get this stuff done. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. More videos to come, and I look forward to reading y'all comments and give y'all more videos. All right. And get it.